school.
I did see her last night at the parent-teacher
Yeah.
conference. She's been sick.
Oh, is she?
Oh.
Okay.
So I think she's been out
Oh, that's a bummer.
from there for a while.
Yeah, I know she had hurt and twisted her knee and stuff. I don't see anything from her, but let's get going, because we're kind of wrapping this up, so,
Yeah, and I have a budget meeting at
Yeah.
6:30.
I've got Citizens Academy at sometime, 5:30 or 6
Oh.
or something. So, meetings. All right, so we've got it started,
It's
recording.
recording, I just can't, oh, there we go, okay, we're back.
Okay.
I want to reverse those two.
So, well, welcome everybody. I think this will be our last meeting, but before we move on to that, let's say for our name for the minutes. So I'm Lindsay Smith.
John Bellerin?
Jean Patton.
All right.
Jim Taylor,
All right. And who's Jay?
Julie Herman is on
Oh.
mine.
Okay. Welcome, Julie.
So why can't I get that?
What are you looking for?
Trying to get back to
Can you
the
right click
regular-
on it? Yeah, and then go pin. Nope.
Oops.
Nope. Switch camera. Yeah, now hit pin for me. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so, we're wrapping up, and the first thing is that the minutes, Jean put out. Are there any changes to the minutes? John, you weren't there, so I didn't see any. Thought it was a good job. Bill's not here. We can wait to see if Bill comes, but, but we'll come back. We'll circle back to the minutes. All right. So the next item is, what's the next item? I never print out the agenda. I make them.
Review,
Oh.
we got the meeting.
All right, continuing business. All right, we're gonna review, all right, so we're gonna review analysis of findings. We're gonna review the PowerPoint and see what else we need to do. And Julie, who's watching, we don't have a really good way to, you know what? We can do it this way. It's on my jump drive. So never mind. Hold on. Exit. All right, let me close this. We're gonna Finder. See if I can do it properly. Eject. Okay, well, Finder's gonna have to not use it. All right, I'm gonna plug that into the computer. And plug it in. All right. Is it today somewhere? Or today?
Yeah, that's today.
I feel like I accidentally renamed it something. So just let me make sure. All right, yeah, all right. Shoot. Yeah, maybe not let us do it. Damn it, because we don't have PowerPoint.
Can you save it as a PDF and then
Yeah.
try that?
Convert to a yes, if you now give it back to me. Yeah. All right. So one of the things I wanted to add, I guess, while I figure this out, was some of the data from making sure that we get in there transfer station, like from the visits to the transfer station. So, John, did you have a chance to look at any of the PowerPoint?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Why did I just do that? Sorry. So, since you weren't here last week, why don't you start with some of your initial thoughts on any of it while I figure out how to do what I need to do.
Yeah, I just wrote down my,
Okay. Perfect.
what I was thinking.
Okay.
And of course, this is, so obviously like the bag system
Mm-hmm.
that we had talked about in the past. I had put down a cardboard baler to separate cardboard. So I put down, I guess, more,
sort of the things that we are gonna propose.
well, I just think my ideas would be to separate some of the items out, the aluminum cans. Obviously, a big thing that I saw is the free pile that people like. Food waste. I think for the tonnage at the end of the day. The other, from my time doing the questions at the transfer station, I picked up on was the free pile, the construction demolition dumpster, or a way to take those. Another was bulky waste, like couches, mattresses, items like that that are challenging to get rid of for people. So I had those. I don't think when I was here last time, I'm not sure. Not sure we had a meeting, or I don't know if I did call the New Hampshire, is it Resource Recycling, Jim, is that the?
Yeah, Northeast Resource Recycling.
Yeah, and they changed the name.
NRRA, yeah.
I forgot something that I was gonna bring in to show you all.
I did call, and I talked to them, they do have some grants, that we could potentially go after for the transfer station. Which would be, I believe he said, equipment, no structures, but equipment, you could put grants for to get. He also talked about, I don't remember exactly what he said for a number, but I wanna say it was like $90 per cube of cardboard. So, in the way he said they work it, I guess you say to them, hey, we have 10 bales of cardboard or something. I guess he puts it out to their vendors and they say, okay, we'll buy it for $100.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And then I guess you just tell them, hey, come pick it up.
Pick it up, yeah.
Whenever, and they pick it
That's
up.
cool.
So that was aluminum. I believe they said, do you guys go through the scrap metal with them?
Yes.
Okay, so I
We
guess,
just switched, we were using a vendor in Concord, but now we're using his Evergreen, because
Yep.
the transportation was getting ridiculous from
Yeah.
Concord.
I did, so I did notice that there's some room or some spots there, with that company to help. I talked to Fred Hammond. I did see that you guys were bringing the the brush and stuff.
Brush, yes, yeah.
So I did ask him, I said, would it be cheaper if they had a can over here? And he did say it would be cheaper, in his eyes,
Oh,
to have a can over here, that maybe you just call them up and say, hey, come, when it's full,
Yeah.
come pick the can
For
up.
brush and,
For brush.
yeah,
Oh.
I'd like to see that, because right now, they're only charging us like $20 for a big 10-wheeler load of brush, and we're hauling it over there, so I'm just curious if
Yeah, so
he'll come over here for $20.
well, and I don't think it'll be $20, but I think, like, when I talked to him, he was thinking, okay, what's the cost of the guy to drive to Hammond's and back?
oh,
And the labor
Right,
to
right.
load
oh,
it.
I see.
So he was going more off from
Yeah.
that, and I wasn't trying to cut him out or anything else. I just said, what do you
Yeah.
think? I said,
Yeah.
we're doing these meetings, is it worth putting just a can?
What would that be, yeah?
So I think there's more to talk about with Fred on,
Yep,
I think, I don't
something worth looking at.
think
Yeah.
he would mind it, because it would be, probably he can come pick it up, put it where he wants to put it, for him to handle it and
Yeah.
stuff. But it'd be less trips made for you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, for labor
Yeah.
wise. So, yeah, so that was my, that was kind of my list into, try to change the layout of the transfer station to make it more convenient, whether you try to park more people, without having a traffic jam, or do you do a more like, Lebanon, where when they come in the door, or when they come in the gate, somebody is there to say, okay, you have,
What do you got? Let's
you have
see.
4 bags, okay, that's four
Yeah.
bags at $3 a piece. Oh, and you have, you're gonna have some metal, let me see, well, wait a minute, that's a propane tank, that doesn't go here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so before they even get to,
right.
before they get to where they're going, is that something that we should do to stop some of the hazardous stuff going in?
Right.
So that was kind of my,
I know Bill had mentioned at one time, he had some ideas about the traffic pattern and trying to make that more efficient.
Yeah, he had changed it once, and he said it was a disaster.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I think the big thing is we don't have enough room to queue
Right,
cars
right,
at the entrance.
right.
So we either have to fill in that ditch and make a another lane
Yep.
along the edge there, or something.
I will say, so when I've been to the landfill, quite a few times now,
Yeah,
whenever they make a change,
yeah,
they have police there.
yeah, right.
Whenever they have a change,
Huh,
well, because people,
Oh.
just
Oh,
like,
it's the attitude.
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
here, well, what are you doing? My punch card should work.
Yeah.
Well, no.
That's right.
So yeah, any change you make is obviously gonna be hard to take.
yeah.
So I think that like the stuff that you're talking about right now,
It's
is.
like an action item, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's captured in here, and one of the questions that was coming up for me was, and this is kind of getting at a little bit where you're at, is sort of, how do we, like, we can put these policy recommendations to the select board, but my question is, who's gonna implement them?
Right.
Should something get adopted, and are some of these things, is there room on the plate to do
Yeah.
that,
Oh, yeah.
Well, right,
Um,
and do the select board, do they wanna buy into what we're recommending? That's the-
Right, and like these are, because we have a lot of recommendations.
Right.
Now, some of them I think are, but like, Jim, are you gonna be able to, so, we had these like kind of changes in signs, and some of these are easy, like, okay, we need new signs, This came out of this clarity rules for out-of-state users and enforced sticker or bag policy. That kind of came out of the data that was collected in person. And so I put that in there, so this like change Sunday hours to another weeknight, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Another potential change is provide an earlier weekday opening, like 8 a.m. instead of 11. What time do we open on Wednesday? 11?
Wednesday's
Yeah.
11, yeah.
Yeah,
11 to
so it's
6.
like, but that it's also, I think we did put in here, let's see, educational, so adding to the website, like who's gonna be kind of responsible for this? Some of these workshops, who would be responsible for that? Revisit programs. Here are some of the, like, either the toter or the bag, like, and then operational cost analysis of owning the roll-off dumpster. Like, do we need to do another focus group or group that's gonna help? Or is that what we're also supposed to do, is like, bring to them, like, what does this cost? Or I guess I'm kind of lost on, like, if we go to the select board and say, here, we recommend
Right.
doing a cost analysis, are they gonna go, Jim, do it? Or do we need to have another group, or can you get a smaller group of folks that
Well, yeah,
are,
I think for to me, what I would think is,
here's the reconfigure transfer station?
yeah, so I think by putting out this,
Uh-huh,
then after, if they wanted to do the deeper
yeah,
dive, then it's, you know, or do they just say, well, you know, we don't even wanna
Right.
mess around with,
Or, I mean, the select board could take a look at this and take like the top 3 things that they think
Yeah.
are
yeah,
the most, would be the most productive to make changes to.
yeah.
Yeah,
I just hope either way,
Yeah.
and that was my first thing when I sat down here at the meeting with everybody
Sure.
was hopefully something is done with whatever we
Right.
come up with.
Yeah.
Because There's been too many times where we
Right,
sit through
and-
these and it just,
I got thinking about like in the master plan, we have this implementation chapter, which the planning board is technically supposed to be going back and looking at are some of these like recommendations that we do. And we don't quite have like who's responsible. I did put in here as part of our presentation, like the trash total registration fee. And like as Plainfield, I put in parentheses because like that's an example. So if
Right.
they're interested in looking at
Right.
that, we can get them the information for Plainfield. The trash bags for transfer station, which,
but on something that's a huge overhaul like that, that's
Uh-huh.
something that the select board needs to say, yeah, we want to see
yeah.
the town do this.
Right.
I
But do
mean,
we need to
we
give
could say,
them
we
the-
could say, you know, here's some things, if you wanna collect revenue, you know, this is what we can do.
Right.
But the select board needs to look at that and go, yeah, we think that's a good idea and we want you to run with it. You know, Jim, figure out how to do it, or Ed, figure out how to do it.
Right,
or
okay.
We're gonna have a committee to
Okay.
assist, you know,
So
that,
that's
I think that's.
that is a next committee type of,
I mean, on something that big,
Yeah.
that's what has to happen,
Okay.
but on a lot of this stuff, it's just, you know, I mean, like
Reinforcement
the
of.
website and the signs and
Right.
that stuff, I mean, that stuff, we can just get it done.
like
Right.
I'm looking at this and like, oh, I can clean this up, I can clean that up. Cause there's reconfigure transfer station, that would take a study, you know,
Yeah,
and how to do it. And that's where then, you know, we know that you're giving a lot of thought. I think we put Pellerin in here. So these are the things that we've added, like how to
Yeah.
implement, so some of this is I can see where I need to clean up this slide. Online free file, something, we had Casella route map, these are things, to add to the website. There's so many online free things that you could do.
oh, yeah,
I think here we said add a couple of bulky item collection days or pickup service days. We didn't know if that's a service that, you know, you're interested in, or if there's another group, you know, I just put Pellerin in parentheses of like, are there partnering agencies or, that's food bank talk, are there partnering companies that we can work with, you know, and so that's where, we can steer people, we can, you know, and Jim, you know all this stuff, so.
well, and like the free pile, I mean, that could be something if some people are really interested in doing that, you can just say, okay, you know, we're not against the free pile, but we need a volunteer to come down and supervise it.
Right.
Every minute it's open.
Right.
Well, that's what I think. And
How
that-
bad do you want it?
Right.
Right,
That was my thought, was if you can find a couple of people that, you know, because there is a fair amount of people, I think, that like doing that
Oh,
yeah.
sort of things. So I think if you could, you know,
Give them
find,
a spot.
yeah, and say, here, you take care of it.
Yes.
You know, this is your 20-foot area of,
Yep.
you know, and this is how you're gonna, you know, how, you know, and I think there would be some people that would wanna
They
do
might
that.
wanna do that, yeah.
And they get a kick out of, all right, we're not throwing it away, we're using this.
Well, and some of those folks are the ones that want first crack at it too.
Oh, yeah, don't get them wrong, yeah.
My question about
There's a
that,
nice mower down there today, I'm looking at that.
my only question about that is, Jim, whether you have volunteers or whatever, because there's no storage coverage or anything, like at
Well,
the
right.
end of the day, then, you know what I'm saying, where is that stuff gonna go? Cause
Right.
obviously from now on, the weather is not gonna be sunny and 95
No, and
degrees.
I think the free pile is a summer thing, I don't think we could do that year.
Oh, okay, well, that's
Because
even
I
a
don't
better
wanna be, I don't
idea.
wanna be plowing free items over the
Right, that's
bank,
what I
you
meant,
know?
but
yeah,
also like, if someone's like, oh, I'm gonna put this in the free pile, instead of paying,
Yes.
you know, my old couch in the
That's the
free
big, that's the
pile.
big one.
That's, yeah,
And like,
right.
instead of instead of paying for it to go into the bulk bin or whatever.
Mhm.
And now it's there, and at the end of the day, because if it gets rained on, I mean, how many loungers do we
Yeah.
see on the side of the
Right.
road?
I
And I'm
know,
like,
nobody wants those.
nobody
and
wants
so-
your chair that's been rained on 3
Right.
days in a
That's
row.
not
Like,
something that we would take.
right,
I don't want to take anything at the free pile that we don't have a way
Okay.
to get rid of.
all right.
So there'd have to be some
Some
rules
rules.
and some things like that.
Rules and volunteers. So, okay, if there's people that really want the free pile, but we'd have to develop a whole system for that, okay?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think the PowerPoint is great, and I think present to the selectmen, and I think when you're done, I think, well, what do you think, you know,
Uh-huh.
and just kind of get some feedback from them, because ultimately, this is their baby. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
you can make all the recommendations you want, but if the
Right.
select
Sure.
board's like, oh, yeah, we don't want to do that, or we do want to do that, that's kind of their purview. So
Right.
we're kind of helping them come up with some ideas, and
Right,
Yep.
so I know my work is, so I want to show you the couple slides I added in here. Most of
Yep.
this is the same that we did. I did go through, so right in here, so we have a lot about the transfer station.
yeah.
Because this was
I
from the
think that's
survey,
good, Cindy.
this was from the survey, and then, this is, the number of cars visiting that was done,
Mhm.
with the ticker, so I added in this
Great.
graph.
Yeah.
So we just had this idea, Saturday, July 19th, there's over 250 cars, but, we've got, so that was those ones. And then this came from the in-person interviews. This was actually just all from Jean's work, because I don't think I had anybody else's.
Yeah, I didn't give you mine.
And I'm happy to try to go in there and I can, and add it in if, so I had an end of, so I had 97 people, but if you have stuff that you want to send to me.
It's up to you if you wanna, I got my,
If you don't want it, I'll take it in hand and I can add it all in. But so I had these graphs, and what do residents like, and this was, so again, I was saying these were 2-hour snapshot shifts. Right now I have an N of 97, so I'm gonna go kind of add that so we're consistent. So this is 97 people that Jean interacted with over the course of 3 shifts. And then I can add in other words, but social atmosphere, quick in and out, people like the hours on the weekend, convenience, cleanliness, staff.
Yeah, I
They
know.
love our staff,
Yeah.
right? What they liked the least was out-of-staters.
Yeah,
Smell, fees, but really the missing free pile.
yeah.
Limited hours, if there's lines, I mean, again, those are a few off comments, but no free pile was the
Right.
thing that came up.
Yep,
Oh, God, that's so funny.
Right.
I know.
I also put in top requested improvements, better signage, large metal container, credit card option, bulky items, electronics. So again, just to reiterate what we also saw,
Yeah, see, I
Um,
think that's a great slide,
more
Lindsay.
hours, return the free pile.
Yeah. So Jim, when you say doing that just in the summer, which I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It would be even less time if a volunteer said, oh yeah, I want to do that. Were you thinking say May 1st to something or?
Brush dump,
Oh,
probably
okay.
hours.
I'm
or
like, it is
time.
not summer in May.
No,
in
but
New
I meant,
Hampshire.
hopefully they're not going to be plowing a ton of snow at May.
Right, yeah, that,
It is snowed almost
yeah,
every
maybe
Mother's
Memorial Day to
Day.
Labor Day, or, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or even maybe an extra month, I don't know.
Yep.
That could be worked out possibly.
Um,
But yeah, everybody loves a free pile until you have to run one.
Interesting, more hours, people don't want to pay for anything. And
Yeah.
then, so in-person review, I did try to get, the staff is universally praised as the station's greatest strength. Free piles most requested, hours are major theme. Want one more weekday or later hours, curbside alone does not meet many of the residents' needs, so we're just reiterating that. And residents appreciate cleanliness, convenience, the community feel. And
Yeah.
then, so I added in those 3 slides.
Yep.
4 slides, just to try and capture some of this other work that we did, and I want to make sure that they know we didn't just put this
Yeah.
one survey out, we went and,
Right.
I didn't go, sorry, but several people on the committee did go and spend some shifts and gather some in-person data.
Uh-huh.
is there things that are missing? I also had one that had some good quotes, but I'm trying to figure out, there's only so many slides you can do, but I
Right.
wanted to give them a packet of information that's supplemental. And I
Yes,
might
yeah.
do the quotes in that,
Well, and when
so
I
then they
talk-
can read it on their own.
Right.
When I talked to Ed, and yeah, I asked for December 1st meeting slot for us.
Uh-huh.
I said, you know, are you guys looking for a report? You got a PowerPoint, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, I think the PowerPoint would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she said, I don't think we need to do a written report.
Right.
at
I
the
mean,
end."
the whole written report, but gee, like, they could read it on their own or not, you
Right.
know,
And
like,
so the PowerPoint, you know, he said, well, we can share the PowerPoint through their
Right.
agenda software.
okay,
And then the only other thing that if the PowerPoint is it, I think maybe up front we should have a slide or two that basically just reviews what we did
okay.
since we started. So
Oh,
we
Yeah,
met
yeah.
X times, we
Yep.
visited transfer stations,
Yep.
we surveyed, we did in person,
we went to Grantham.
went to Grantham, right,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, okay, thank you.
And, you know, pulled in information from other towns, blah, blah, blah. I think
Right.
just, and
That's a
then-
good idea,
And
Jim.
then the other thing was,
Right.
they did write up a charge for us.
Yeah,
And I was wondering if we should just run through that real
Yeah.
quick to
okay, so let me.
just see if we've hit the bases, and maybe that could be another slide if
Yeah.
needed.
Okay, well, I've got lots of graphs from every question, and I may take some, I took
I think,
one or two out
but I
already.
think what you did is very, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lindsay, this came out, I thought it came
Thanks,
out
I
really
think
it
good.
gets, it's really easy to get long, so I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out how to call it, but also make sure that we have the most
I think-
important information.
I think by
there.
having the graphs,
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's
Yeah,
huge
'cause-
to have, where you can just look at that one
Right.
screen and go, what, you know, okay, there's,
Yeah.
I think it gives a
When you're-
good overview
Yeah.
of what,
When you're running through it, you know, you don't
Yeah.
have to sit there and
no, don't read it
Right.
all.
just summarize them, but then if they can read the graphs later, then they can go, oh, isn't that interesting?
And if they want more information, I'll happily write up more or something like that,
Yeah.
okay.
I think this will surprise a lot of
yeah,
people.
me
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yeah,
You know, like how much use,
Right, yep,
you know, because I didn't think it was that, to that extent.
Great, we met X number of times, we did a online survey, which was open for the month of September.
and maybe indicate how many people participated,
Yeah,
Lindsay?
so that was like 333 answers or something like that. Yeah, so that's our N there. We did transfer station
I don't have the charge, let me go first grab that.
visits, okay. 2-hour shifts.
Yeah, I think it's
We
laid out
visited
really good.
Grantham.
Yeah, I so wish that Enfield could just duplicate Grantham, but like I said.
Well, they're also in the process of redoing Grantham. A
Oh.
woman that comes to a lot of my cooking classes is on the committee that's been also reevaluating Granthams. And they're constantly, yeah, so
Interesting.
they went and visited, she's like, oh, they went and visited like 8 different, and I was like, how do you have time?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say anything like, well, you're retired, because, you know, that doesn't matter, we're all busy, but they did visit a lot. We, so visited Grantham, toured Grantham. What else should we say we did? You've done a lot of calling, so.
Yeah,
what did you-
reached out to local,
Well, you can say whatever that, Jim, no, New England Resource-
Northeast,
Northeast
where
Resource Recovery, or
We
where
did
did I just write that?
that actually, that place there,
Northeast Resource Recycling.
that one there is actually like, I think, a big one.
Yeah.
Because they do-
Lindsay, I think the other thing, that important thing that John just mentioned that somehow could be put somewhere about, there are grants available to apply for equipment improvements.
And they did say, that's the same
So
company, they did
Northeast
say,
Resource Recycling, what was it?
Resource Recovery, I think.
Oh,
is the
Resource-
Association, yeah.
Recovery.
he said they came here, I think he said in 2015 maybe?
Oh my gosh.
to do, I don't know what he said something, because I asked him if they came and they would do like a survey,
Oh, like a traffic flow thing?
well, just to look at the whole operation.
Evaluate
yeah.
the.
Yeah, evaluation. So he said that they do that.
Okay, yeah, that might be a good
He said
idea.
that
Yeah.
they were here for some reason, I don't remember what he said, but it was
Yeah.
like 2015 or something, he
Yeah.
said they'd been here. So I think that, I was just telling these guys that I think that's a big, resource
Yeah,
To use.
to use, and from
Yeah,
what it
'cause-
sounds like, anything that's in question, like, what's the price of cardboard today?
Yeah.
Because tomorrow it could be different, but what's
Oh,
the
right.
price of aluminum, what's the price of steel, number one, prepared to,
and then if we take some of that out, what's the effect on our zero sort? Does that make the
Well-
zero sort skyrocket? But,
well, that'll be, yeah, and that, of course,
Yeah.
that's gotta come from
yeah,
Casella to say,
Exactly.
say, hey,
I can ask them
you
that.
guys are taking all the meat out of this.
Right.
But, like I've told you guys in the past, from where we go in Ludlow, that's what they do. They take the cardboard out, they take the aluminum out, they take the.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I mean, we could find out what
It's
they pay.
interesting. Huh.
yeah,
But they do take everything out, and then they still have zero sort from
Yeah, I see.
Casella.
okay, yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh, huh.
But now,
Well,
like
and
you
then-
said, they might pay, if you're paying, I don't know what you're paying, like, say if you're paying 250 a ton, they might pay 300 a ton,
Yeah,
for
Exactly.
taking that. For
taking
taking
that,
that.
or if we just collect it and bale it, maybe we can get a better deal on the other end if they come and pick up the bales, kind of thing,
Yeah.
that could be something to.
Yeah, I just think there's some room
Yeah,
in that, but of course it adds labor. There's some expense
Yeah.
too. But I think how you did this, I think is.
Yeah.
Okay.
all
Well, I
right,
just
you ready to
don't
go
want-
through, wanna go through the?
Yeah, let's see if
All right,
we,
so duties, Solid Waste and Recycling Committee is tasked with conducting a comprehensive review of the town's entire solid waste and recycling system. This includes analysis of both the town's curbside collection program and the Enfield transfer station.
Check,
Committee will explore opportunities for enhanced service, operational efficiency, environmental impact reduction, and long-term fiscal sustainability. Specifically, the committee shall, number one, assess the current operations and infrastructure of the town's curbside solid waste and recycling collection program. Include service schedules, vendor contracts, and material types accepted. Number two, evaluate current conditions and procedures at the Enfield Transfer Station, including site layout, permitted uses, traffic flow, compliance with state and federal regulations. Number three, analyze program costs, funding mechanisms, and revenues, including collection and disposal fees, tipping fees, permitting, and recycling market trends. Number four, review the effectiveness of current public outreach, education, and compliance efforts, including signage, communications, and resident engagement strategies.
okay, so we've got that part covered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Number five, identify opportunities for operational efficiencies and cost savings, including changes in service delivery models, technology integration, or regional collaboration. Number six, benchmark Enfield's programs against best practices and comparable municipalities within New Hampshire and the broader region. Number seven, engage stakeholders and the public to gather feedback on current services, perceptions of value, and suggestions for improvement. And finally, number eight, prepare and present a comprehensive report with findings, conclusions, and actionable recommendations for improving town solid waste and recycling programs in the short and long terms. So I think we've done pretty well.
Considering the amount of time, and this is what I said to Lindsay, Jim, that I feel like we were really expected to do a lot in a very
In a very-
short
yes.
amount of time.
Yeah.
The window was not very big.
Yeah.
Well, when you hear that, what you just read,
Mm.
that's a lot.
It
I mean,
is.
that's, and I didn't think about that when we first met and when we read those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we first, I didn't really think of that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, given the time that we have spent
I
on
think
this,
we
we
touched on
have gathered a
everything.
lot of,
The only thing I feel like when you go, I don't know what number it was, but it was like the financing and the, I think that's where we gotta kind of write, or put something like, need more.
Yeah, I think we throw out ideas.
Yeah.
And then let the select board, if that's something
Right.
they wanna pursue,
Right.
maybe they keep us organized and we look at something like that,
Yeah.
but.
Because I just know on some of them, there's so much to dig into that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's like, we
Right.
can't go down, and no different than I think we should put in there on the curbside that, we're kind of limited to what could be done right now.
Right,
Right,
I mean, because
curbside.
we're still in the contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we've done the surveys, and it shows
Right.
that Casella's doing, to me, if they're doing a good job.
and see, like Plainfield, their contract was expiring, which ours is gonna do in 3 years or
Right.
whatever. And they convened a committee, and there was a bunch of people that came in, oh, we're gonna change this, we're gonna do that like that, but after they got through everything, they're like, no, we really like what we're doing now, and we recommend we keep doing it. And so
Yeah.
that's what they did, but then Casella said, well, we're not gonna let you do stickers anymore, we're gonna use the machine to collect. Cause they've had 4 guys lose fingers on, cables on the backs of trucks, and 2 guys that fell off are on permanent disability.
Oh, my
So they said, I
word.
can put a guy in a truck in a warm cab, and he can drive around and run those, the only thing that gets injured is the toters.
Right.
If they don't do it correctly, and so they switched everything, and they put a lot of effort into that. I mean, like, you bought our old dumpsters, we didn't have to pay for a new dumpster, they
Yeah.
just brought it.
Oh,
And,
huh.
and
Well, I
and
think,
so, and now it seems, people are getting used to it, that a lot of them were like, oh God, those containers are too big, I can't get it down there. Well, how did you get all your bags down to the curbside?
Right.
And so I think people are getting, kinda used to it and have realized that those toters are pretty darn nice compared to having the crows pecking on bags all the time,
Ah,
well, I think I think we've found that they do a good job,
Mm,
but we just didn't, we didn't dig into that. I just think we have to put something in here.
That's right, yeah.
That we did the survey on it, they're doing, they're doing a good job.
yeah.
But we didn't hit on any of,
And so maybe one of our recommendations is that we reconvene a solid waste committee when the contract is getting ready to expire, to just look at everything then, because here's your opportunity, because, Casella wants 5 to 10 years or whatever, and I don't know what you like to have for a contract, or, there's another one that's down in Concord, I think, that they have green trucks, I forget what they are, all waste or something like that.
huh.
Anyway, but they're not up here yet, but who knows, maybe they'll come and we get a more competitive thing.
There is another company too, Jim, and I forget where they're at, or John might know, that our daughter has in White River, and I asked the guy one day when he was there picking up our daughter's bins,
Yeah.
if they do towns, and he goes, yeah, we do, it's Decamp.
Oh, yeah, I've seen their trucks around.
I think they're Claremont or Newport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he said I can't remember what town they do, but they are doing a town right now.
Yeah,
Some of them do, I think they call it fast trash too,
Huh,
where the truck, like say if you didn't have the transfer station, they could park here in the yard,
yeah,
and then they'd say, every Wednesday and Sunday, people come there,
oh,
Oh.
yeah, just
and they come
load
in.
the truck.
The truck sits there or the
Got it.
container, and then, you drive up,
oh,
I
Huh.
take you 2 bags, I
Yeah.
charge you, $5,
Yeah,
and you're gone.
oh,
yeah.
And then at the end of, then the truck leaves, and
oh, huh.
Nice.
so some of those small, like
Interesting.
I think a lot of the Vermont towns do that. Like Bridgewater, I know there's a sign there, I think it's Wednesdays or something.
Yeah.
And they just have set schedules,
That's an interesting.
and then the customers pay
Huh.
themselves.
Let's
Well-
have, Lindsay, are you available to present this on that day? Or
Yes.
At this point, you think you're available, because I can change it if we need to.
No, I'm I should never say deaf.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
That's why I brought it up, never say never.
I should never, do not ever let me, without checking 4 calendars. All right, it's, December 1st, right?
Yeah,
And, all right, let me just look at the whole, I think so, yeah, Yes, I have a meeting from 2 to 3. All right, we're at the select board meeting.
Yeah, so they start at 6, I don't know what
Select
time.
board meeting, Monday, December 4th, 6 PM.
Yeah,
Okay. And I'm gonna put it in here.
so I mean, I plan to go to that, because I've got some other things on the agenda, but I'll be there, and
Yeah.
any of you other will.
So, I keep looking for that. I have had that document 4 times.
Yeah.
Can you send it to me again? I can
Do
never.
you want it sent, or do you
find it.
just want it?
I just want it, because I'm just gonna print it out. I need to read stuff and go word by word. So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna still work on these slides. I like having the graphs and things, but I
Yeah.
definitely wanna make sure I'm presenting what they want, like, in that way, like, here are these, because I do wanna try and condense it a little bit. Like, if any of them, you know, and I could say I can make all the survey results available to you, but they don't need all the survey results unless
Yeah.
they're really showing these things. And I'm gonna try to clean up those recommendations so it really falls into something, and then say, you know, not everybody, because I'm gonna kick Jean off of this committee, because you got a lot on your plate. No, I'm kidding. You're in charge of your own plate, you get to fill it how you want. But if they want more exploration of stuff, I mean, that to me is like this other part of,
Yeah.
we can present and say we haven't done an implementation or who's responsible for what.
Yeah.
You know, some of these things Jim can do right away if it's in your budget, you know, can you
Yes.
get new
Yep.
signage?
Yep.
That has to be part of the budget process, right? Because it shouldn't just be something, you know, it shouldn't be something scratched on a piece of cardboard, you know?
Right, yeah.
If
And
we.
NRRA, they manage the New Hampshire the Beautiful program, which
Yeah.
they give us like 60 points per year, and we
Mhm.
can use it. They have like, there's probably 50 signs you can get.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You'll see them down there, they have kind of the green trim. And
Right, but
Oh.
like ours or people from out of towns or other, you know, like again, is there a way to, I like a bag system, to be
Mhm.
honest, to get colored bags like Lebanon has, and then we provide them to people
Yep.
that, Enfield residents, like when they go to pay their automobile stuff, and I know they can do it online and stuff, but I shouldn't even bring that up because that'll just open up a can of worms. But they can, at the beginning of the year, they can go in and get their 100 bags or whatever for the
Yeah.
folks that can't have a Casella service.
Mhm.
The town could provide them with bags since like Casella service is still taken out of their taxes.
Mhm.
But then like other people that want to use a transfer station have to buy bags.
Mhm.
Just like Lebanon,
Right.
you know, and that's a way to maybe generate some revenue, and it's not a toter system, we're not dealing
Right.
with Casella and the trucks,
Yeah.
but as, you know, but there's gonna be some cost analysis and that.
Yeah, and then the other idea of like the multi-families we talked
Right.
about, maybe
Yes.
eliminating from
Yes.
some of the things.
Mhm.
You know, that's definitely something that you can throw out, but that's fate the selectmen need to take and run.
Yeah.
Because that's not us at
Right.
all, that's a
Right.
whole policy
Yep.
change.
Yeah, yes, that's that kind of stuff. I think like if they're interested in generating, like I think the bag system would honestly eliminate a couple of things, because like, hey, if people are coming to use our transfer station because it's free, like,
Yeah.
hey, if they buy the bags, then it's not free anymore, and
Right.
great, put it in there.
Mhm.
And then we're not having to worry about stickers on cars.
Yeah.
I never put my sticker on my car, I don't know why, like, and then I was making fun of, I was jossing, Dan Kiley, cause he's got like 6. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, he's got them all lined up, it's like, this how many years you've lived in Enfield, like, is
Yeah,
that
Let me
your,
borrow one.
right, like, but it's ever all the years, you know, I was
Yeah.
like,
He's a collector.
he's collecting the stickers.
And I did notice, I just received the Lebanon updated fee schedule.
Yeah.
And we are getting slammed. It's going up 28% the tipping fee.
Really
So
smart.
I planned on 15, so the number that's in the budget, for the budget committee tonight is way too low. So
Oh.
we're gonna have to go over that and have to work with Ed to work on that, but
Yeah.
anyway, the other thing is that they're charging a fee for getting into the thing, just to go through the gate. If you're a resident, it's like $10 or $15, and for out of town, it's like $25 or $30 now. just to get one, and that's every single year. So you have to go
And-
get the thing. So instead of
our-
us handing out stickers, I mean, maybe we should be charging a fee for those.
Right,
Right.
that's what I was wondering, Jim.
Yeah.
And also, does, Lebanon also, within the taxes, is there fees and charges in there for the Lebanon landfill or no?
I think there is.
Besides
I
that.
think they have it set up as an enterprise, so it's supposed to be self-sustaining, but again, the capital that they're facing over there is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, to set up a new cell is gonna be
Right.
12 million.
So, but they have
And so-
somebody that is at their gate that watches everybody that comes in,
I think they
right?
have 2 or 3.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's, right now, our setup, you can get your car all the way in and nobody's looking to get that, see if you have a sticker on it somewhere. So
That's right.
that's why the stickers is hard to work with on the
Yeah.
cars, is not only, I mean, you can get all the way through. Now, again, some of that's like logistics, do we have to move it around? Because then we charge for the stickers but again, what about, I do have a little sympathy for the folks that are on private roads, whatever, that don't have Casella. It's a little different if you have a really super steep
Yeah.
driveway, but I also
Yeah.
get when you have a really super steep driveway, or you have a really long, like, by the time I've thrown it in my car, I might as well just drive it down.
Yeah.
And then they're paying extra, even though but they could have a toter, so
Yeah,
how do we,
I
again,
know.
balancing that there's a sense of fairness.
right.
I think it's
It's never gonna be perfect, I'm not looking for perfection, but a
Right.
sense of at least fairness. But, and to generate some revenue, and there was something else. What do you mean so the tipping fee to Lebanon is 28% for us?
Yes.
What are we
Yeah.
taking to Lebanon? I don't know why I can't keep this straight, like when we send.
So when the truck picks up all the trash around town, they
Like a
take it to Lebanon and they
like a
dump it.
Sell a truck.
And it gets weighed and we get
Right.
billed. It's been $121 a ton and now it's gonna be $155 a ton.
Okay,
So that's going way up, and they said that they've been trying to increase their own fees to kind of catch up with other landfills in the northeast. But then the state's been slamming them with all these surcharges.
Yep.
And, one of those is and again, the
So I
public
think-
works director was saying,
yeah,
they don't really do anything for us, but they charge these fees, and they're doing the same with like the dams. The dams, they doubled the dam tax for George Pond and Harris Brook. And, that's how they're doing it, because they're throwing away all the business profits taxes.
Right.
And letting Walmart haul all their money out of here.
well, Lebanon's
Without
not,
anything.
New Hampshire is.
No, New Hampshire is, that's right.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was
that's
gonna
why
say,
a lot of.
Lebanon's not doing it. New Hampshire.
No, but
has done away with the
New
business
Hampshire
tax.
is doing more surcharge fees
Oh,
for
okay.
Lebanon landfill.
Oh, I see.
And that they've never done before, so it's like $10 or $12 a ton that they're
So,
charging.
in the light of that, somewhere in the 2 or 3 year plan, because we're not gonna be able to do anything for next year.
Right,
We have to help residents reduce.
that's
I
right.
think that's the way to approach this, is how do we help residents reduce their the landfill?
tipping fees.
Yeah,
Well, if we can help what goes into the landfill.
yeah, reduce the volume.
Yeah,
Right.
volume of, and so, and recycle more, composting, free files.
Yeah.
But keeping stuff out of we're not going to change folks' buying habits and spending habits, that's outside of the reach. But if we can
Yeah.
help educate where things are going and reduce what goes to the landfill, and then
Yeah, as a
as a community, that's kind of like this community charge, and how do we develop
Right.
a program that gets people in Enfield, not just yelling at you guys about our taxes, you do something about it, well, use less stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop buying, plastic shit from Amazon.
Yeah,
But the conversation has to be a collective whole, like we as a community are going to lessen our imprint, you know, our impact. And I think that that's a big picture of how do we come together to say we want to build better recycling programs and composting programs. Now I know there's still things that we have to pay, but like what generates revenue, but also what does help to, if we're not sending stuff just to the landfill. And also, there's an environmental side to it too, but if people are focused on their wallets and the dollars, if that speaks first to somebody, I mean, convenience speaks the loudest half the time, but money and convenience just really, you know, people will pay for convenience.
Yep.
Right? But also like, sometimes I know there's times where I'm just like, I can't deal with this, and I just throw it in the trash, you know, like something's too moldy or whatever, and I have to figure out the composter. There's times, but like, how do we as a community, and maybe that's the big picture thing, is to rally as a community, you know, and see what if we can't bring down our own taxes all together. Because we're not going to change what Lebanon does, and we're not going to do that.
No,
we're not going to build our own landfill.
I was gonna say, I know
We're not
that.
going to build our own wastewater treatment plant. You know?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know that's people's quick ideas, but
Yeah.
Have our own. Okay.
yeah.
Here, we'll you know what we'll put up where instead of Laramie Farms, let's just turn that into a landfill right
Yeah.
there.
Ah,
Oh,
Like the
we're
old
being
days.
recorded. We'll stop sharing. Let's see if anybody else has joined us. Hello. But that's, you know what I mean? I think that maybe is the, like, how do we rally as a, you know, and just create a program that where, because tipping fees and things are going up, and that it cannot be, we cannot put the onus as community members. We cannot just say, budget committee,
Right.
lower our taxes, select board, do less, blah, 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 and not involve the residents and
That's right.
make ourselves responsible for ourselves.
Yeah.
I know, because I still keep saying that people in this town, when you look at those toters that are just overflow or on the ground, oh, it's like a free service, I'm just gonna like, you know,
But we
this
have a
isn't-
throwaway culture, that's the problem, it's the bigger picture is the throwaway culture, and you can't get things fixed. I mean, I'd love to do a fix-it day, but like, I mean, we've talked about this, like I have a humidifier that's like, gotta go in the trash. Like there's just
That's right.
people, you know.
It
I mean,
is.
I have fixed it, I've cleaned it, I've done this, but now it just doesn't work. And like, there's nothing to do with it. Or you call companies and they're like, "That, throw it away. We'll send you
Yeah, I
another one."
know.
I'm like,
It's-
a replacement part. That's where we've become a plastic consumer society on the big grand scale
Yep.
thing. And Phil's not going to change that.
No.
We've wrapped everything in single-use plastic, which I wanted to bring in, and I'm sorry I didn't. I found this company called Ridwell. I ordered, they've got bag, like, so I had one like for clothing, but this is another company. I'm gonna save all my stretchy plastics and put that in there. And they have a whole, I'll send it to you, their website. It's RIDWELL. I did have to pay for the bags, but then but it has a shipping label on it, and I just shipped them all their stuff.
Huh.
Like all of my recyclables, not stuff that I can't put in zero sort. But they have a bag for batteries, they have a bag for, and again, can we promote people taking responsibility for themselves? It doesn't have to go here. Like, how do we spread that kind of information? You know, I think that there's a lot of other opportunity that doesn't have to be outside of the, outside of just curbside or landfill, right? Like, there's trying to see if we can work with the compost company to help us. I mean, you know, I don't want to use Google, damn it. If we could get compost out of the landfill, that usually accounts for, on a national basis, it accounts for 33% of what's going into landfills.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the first campaign, right? We have to run multiple campaigns, and it's like recycle, recycle, recycle. Here's bulky things, and compost, 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 and let's reduce our landfill, you know,
Yeah.
because it's going up. And there's nothing we can do about that, except for reduce what we're sending there.
Right.
And that's gonna, like, what's the campaign?
Or just pay.
Right. You know, and like, and then how does Enfield, oh my God, I don't like this. So anyways, that's, hello, okay, hi, did you have something to say, Julie?
Could I ask a question and make a suggestion also? I think first the suggestion about the bags and not having stickers, that would mean, can you hear me all right?
Yep, I can hear you.
That would mean that I could buy my bags and give them to Susie Q in wherever, and they could
Yeah,
come
sure.
bring their stuff here.
Yep,
I know, I thought of that too, Julie.
but the
So,
idea is that they're still being paid for, you know, like,
but an increase in, yeah, well, I mean, that's fine if you want to, yep. And the second thing is, do we have internet access yet at the transfer station? So education of the public and access while they're there is
Yeah,
possible.
we don't. And the town manager said not no, but hell no. So, he doesn't want any more internet connections apparently, so.
Yeah.
yeah.
But, you know, I've suggested it because, you know, it would be nice if we could pay by credit card or by, you know, swipe or tap or anything like that. Because that's what people are moving towards and not everybody has checks. My sons, they don't have checkbooks anymore. It's just not a thing, so.
I know.
We are in what century now?
We are in what?
We're in what century now? Maybe we could move into this century and have internet access.
Well, it's not that, it's not, yes, it's the, Ed doesn't want it. So, he's not convinced to do it. It's not that,
I mean, there's not a good place to have
right.
a setup there really, and, you know, there's some issues there, but,
Well, and I
Yeah.
think there's costs involved
Yeah.
with that as well.
oh, yeah.
And I'm wondering if some of those grant applications for technology that was mentioned might be available.
Mhm.
But that's it. I'm done.
Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah, this Ridwell place is like, I don't know, I'm gonna see how it works. I can do my plastics, I can do multi-layer plastics, which are like chip bags and things like that. So, you know, your Frito-Lay, you know, or your potato chip bags are multi-layer plastic that they'll take. So they're like, you can save all that, so, and then I just throw it in the mail and it goes to them and they actually have places that are reusing those things, so it's
Oh, wow.
pretty interesting.
Cool.
But that's kind of part of that education and providing people to take responsibility for their own trash or their own recycling that might be outside of our realm of what to do, for those that want to go an extra mile. Maybe
Well,
that is
yeah,
the
and I
extra
mean,
mile.
I think low-hanging fruit for us is to promote some of these types of things, because it costs us nothing to promote them, and if
Right.
some people sign up and, you know, suddenly we've got, you know, 30 people that are doing that's a savings,
Yeah.
and so.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Well, too, I think just like Casella did when they first came in and did the trash. You know, you went from every week to bi-weekly. You know, and it worked out very, you know, they obviously did it for themselves to make it.
And that was the way we could
That's how we
get the
could get-
curbside recycling in, without changing the, you know, the doubling the cost.
Well, from us,
Oh.
yeah, for money wise, it's, you
Yeah.
know, instead of coming out here every week, you
Yeah.
know, so I know, you know, but also, you know, they're forcing you to, you know, because it won't all fit into the trash. So you have to recycle, you have to recycle to make it all fit.
That's right, yeah.
You know, so it kinda, I think that's the same, I think, you know, you take that look for the transfer station, some things you might have to do to get people to do certain things that you wanna do. You know, tweak it over here to make it work on the other end.
Right.
I think it's good, thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, are we confident in what needs to go forth? I mean, I can, So December 1st, I will, if I change that, I'm gonna change some stuff around, I will send it out to everybody. So to take a look at, so if
Yeah.
there's anything glaringly wrong, you know, but beyond that, also if anyone is interested and wants to come, December 1st, please do. I'm gonna make sure all of our names are on there. We do need a slide to say who was on the committee and the things that we did. But yeah, we'll try to do that.
I'm gonna, let me try to rewrite some of these, cause I don't, you're not gonna
Okay.
be able to read.
Okay, I'm gonna need them
Notations on the
soon.
black
I'm
page,
gonna need them very soon, though. Do you
Yeah,
know
so
where I
I'll-
live? All right,
Yes.
we'll talk about that after.
Yep, I
Okay.
got you.
But I think then that'll be it, and then we'll see what's next. But thank you to everyone that's just by doing this and
It was
being here.
Quite interesting, to say the least, for me,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
going to the transfer station. It was
And
like
hanging out.
it was an
Kicking
eye
people out, man.
opener.
You are a rock star
It
there.
was an eye
Well,
opener.
Adam Souza smashed his hand all to smithereens, so he's gonna be out for 3 or 4 weeks.
So if you need
if you needed some,
So work-
wanna work a shift or two.
You know what's nice about the transfer station, working a shift or two, is that they don't have internet, so you just have to be very present.
Yep.
You can't
Oh, yeah.
worry about what else is happening in the world.
Yep.
That's why I liked working on.
That's
farm
why
this
I like
summer.
my flip phone, Lindsay, because I don't need to worry about
About
anything
all the
else.
Notifications.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
Even at the VA, when Steve and I go for his appointments, and like there are people older than us, and they're all sitting
Oh,
there.
it's
Oh,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm ready to put some teenager limits on a certain 80-year-old I live with.
Yeah.
Take that phone away. Anyways, but thank you everybody for all the work. Again, I'll gonna kind of keep tweaking this presentation so that it's within that it's hitting all these points using some of the same language, and that we're not spending a lot of extra time, so we can keep their attention on all the work that we've done. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Thank you. And
I
thanks for
make
doing
a-
all the minutes,
Thanks.
Jean. Really appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yes, Julie? Did you
I
say
was just
something?
saying, I wanted to thank all of you for all the hard work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
it.
nice.
Okay. All right.
I
Do I
make- I make a motion to adjourn.
we didn't accept the minutes, but I
Oh, yeah,
think you
that's
and I can accept the minute. You wrote them? I read them. They're great.
Yeah, thank you,
Done.
Lindsay.
Motion to adjourn. Someone
Second.
Second. Okay. All in favor? Aye. All right. And recording. Yeah, look at this. Like they do plastic film, multi-layer plastic, clothes and shoes, recyclable threads. I'm not sure
Wow.
how that's different. Batteries and light bulbs.
Huh.
And then they have like